Hello, I am Aviva Lee, reporting live in Jerusalem to give you a special edition of Fact Without Commentary. This edition of Fact Without Commentary is based upon a communique received yesterday from the office of the Prime Minister of the Sovereign State of Israel. The information issued is in response to media reports that in the past few days Hamas has sought a negotiated ceasefire with the sovereign state of Israel. In the past month, the IDF and the ISA uncovered a terrorist cell whose members are connected to the Hamas terrorist infrastructure in Nablus. The terrorists admitted that they were the perpetrators of several shooting attacks targeting Israeli civilians, and those civilians specifically in Nablus and in the surrounding areas. These same terrorists admitted that this included the shooting attack this past October 24th at the Ariel Junction. In that attack, an Israeli citizen was lightly wounded and an Israeli soldier was seriously wounded. In addition, the same terrorists admitted responsibility for the shooting attack near Migdalim, in which two IDF soldiers were killed on the 1st of July 2005. The communique from the Prime Minister's office gives the following details. During the investigation, the members of the terrorist cell disclosed their involvement in the October 24, 2007 attack, in which they opened fire from a passing vehicle targeting an Israeli civilian and an IDF soldier at the Ariel Junction in Samaria. In addition, the men divulged that several days previous to the attack, they carried out advanced reconnaissance and observation activities of the area in which they intended to perpetrate the attack. The planning stages included the purchase of a GMC vehicle with Israeli license plates for use during that attack. Abdallah Kuka, 19, who drove the vehicle, Amin Kuka, 32, and Ammar Tambur, 23, were the three Nablus terrorists who actually perpetrated the attack. Other members of the cell involved in the attack are Raed Arafat, 34, who functioned as the reconnaissance observer, and Suhail Kuka, 21, who aided the terrorists after the attack was carried out. On October 24, 2007, the terrorists arrived at the Ariel Junction bus stop and opened fire from short range at the waiting people. After the attack, the vehicle continued driving eastward and continued shooting at other vehicles traveling nearby. This part of the attack caused light wounds to another Israeli civilian and damaged several other vehicles. Then the terrorists escaped toward Jama'in village south of Nablus, where they set fire to the vehicle and continued their escape in a taxi that had been ordered in advance. The members of the terrorist cell also admitted responsibility for the July 1, 2005 attack near Migdalim. On that day, Amin Kuka and Suhail Kuka, dressed in Israel Defense Force uniforms and impersonating Israeli soldiers, stopped a vehicle and opened fire at the Israeli passengers inside. On that day in July 2005, 2 IDF soldiers were killed and 2 other soldiers were lightly wounded. Staff Sergeant Yosef Atiyah, the soldier who drove the car, was killed, as was Second Lieutenant Ariel Bouda. Second Lieutenant Bouda, however, died of his wounds on October 15, 2005. Terrorists Kuka, Riyad Arafat, and Allah Anum were also involved in planning that 2005 attack. The communique from the Prime Minister's office summed up part of the information as follows, and I quote, "The exposure of the terrorist cell and the incriminating evidence uncovered during the investigation indicate that despite its pretension to the contrary, Hamas operatives are, at present, intensively planning to perpetrate attacks against Israelis in Judea, Samaria, and the Gaza Strip, as well as in Israel proper. Hamas's actions are manifested in the planning of terrorist attacks and the maintaining of attack capability and organizational strength." End quote. And that concludes my special edition of Fact Without Commentary on this Wednesday, the 26th of December, 2007. I am Aviva Lee, reporting live in Jerusalem from room 903 for Israel 24/6. Thank you, and shalom. Good night.